Hello and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts Crypto and Stocks TA Charts video. Today is Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. It's Sunday just after 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am No FOMO Charts. My social media is at No FOMO Charts on YouTube, X, and TradingView. This week, testing out a new idea, the potential watch list, potential chart setups and patterns. Bitcoin is at 20 SMA support with the potential bearish MACD momentum. Ethereum with the potential bearish head and shoulders. Link and XMR Monero with some MACD bearish momentum showing up on the daily charts. Stacks and VeChain in a support zone area. Some of these altcoins are correlated with Bitcoin from bottom to top. VeChain and Stacks, a 78 to 88% Bitcoin price correlation over the past 7 calendar days. Link is correlated with Ethereum, 81% in the past 7 days. Ethereum itself is correlated with Bitcoin, 77%. Now, Bitcoin is correlated with gold. It's like a puzzle. 85% correlation with gold over the past 7 days. And this is interesting. Monero has a opposite. It has an inverse correlation with Solana, 90%. So it's good to keep up with those just to make sure that when big coins go down or up, Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's going to affect all these other small altcoins. Let's get started with total crypto market cap. Remember, this is a swing trading and investing technical analysis education video. Total crypto market cap, we are consolidating the price right now, just holding above the support level of the 20 SMA, which is 2.4 trillion. Now, we don't want to fall down too far now, but we can see once we pull up the other EMAs, we have targets 2.376, 2.2, and 2.2, and 2.0 as well. This is our large support zone, this big blue circle arrow down here. Understand that we were testing all-time highs, 1, 2, 3, 4 times already, basically, in the market. So if the Ethereum ETF is not going to be the catalyst to bring us higher, to push us higher right now, historically, it takes 1, 2, 3 months average, about 2 months average after a Bitcoin halvening, which was about here, for the market to either consolidate or go down, and then we go up after that. So just watch out for this weekly. We don't want to have this as a bull, but a lower low in the weekly, which would crash the market. So just watch out for that. Next on Bitcoin, we are starting to have a little bit of that MACD bearish momentum. You could see it just start to form on the daily chart. Very sensitive to that. The support levels, 67,000, 65,000, 63, 58, and 55. Same thing with total. The weekly, make sure we're not going to have a lower low in the price, which would crash us down to 55,000. We need to hold above the $65,000 level for Bitcoin to have a chance at survival at all-time high zone. Ethereum USDT. Ethereum, the pattern to watch out for is the potential bearish head and shoulders setup. This is maybe. News and catalysts can make this flip around to either side. But the targets are plus or minus 4%. The targets to downside, 3,600, 3,500, and then 3,200 is the 618 level. So this is happening because we only had preliminary Ethereum ETF approvals. We are not listed or not trading 10 Ethereum ETFs yet. Maybe in the future, just not today. So that's why we're having that shooting star. Watch out for that on Ethereum. Binance Coin, still in the ascending triangle pattern. However, on the weekly, significant resistance below 610. So if we cannot break that, and we're in the overbought zone, and the MACD histogram starting to come down, that momentum is starting to pull us down. So I'm looking at 544 or 550 targets to the downside. Solana as well, tracking Bitcoin very, very closely. You can see the price action looks almost the same as a Bitcoin chart. Now the support levels are 150 and 145. The big support 127. So understand that it's setting up in a larger, it's setting up in a larger symmetrical triangle. So that support level is at 145. Watch out for that. XRP, I do want to point off, we're already in a death cross since April to May. So we're under these resistances right now with a little bit of bearish MACD histogram starting to form, this red bar. You can see that. So we might get a flush to the downside to 44 cents. See if that happens. You'll know if we're going to break to the upside if we break above 50 cents and have a rally. Dogecoin as well. I closed out my Doge about a week or two ago. Just played that latest swing trade right here, and then I'm out. I'm in profit protection mode. I'm not trying to go hyper aggressive, YOLO plays. It's all about risk management. So I'm not doing YOLO plays. I'm just basically protecting profits and preserving capital during this time, because I know historically I have to wait for the next setup as an investor, wait for it. Weekly already showing some consolidation around this 12 weekly EMA. Starting to fade down. We lost that trend line, so watch out for this. Getting bearish continuation this week to about 15 cents. Cardano already in the death cross, stuck in this box of consolidation right now. We are death cross, so we're under the EMAs. It is not rallying at this time, and we have MACD bearish momentum. So I'm looking at 42 cents as support or 40 cents. And this could drop significantly if Bitcoin and Ethereum do not recover. So watch out for that. Shiba Inu, after this mega rally of this year, we need to watch out that this thing doesn't fall below a support trend line, which it might this week, setting up to just barely test that above 2382. So if this starts to fade down, if we hold the support above 2300, we actually might be okay because this symmetrical triangle. There might be a chance for this to break out. That's why people are getting all excited about it. However, if we fall below 2300, then I'm looking for downside continuation. Link had a beautiful rally, caught a piece of this, sold, and it's in the overbought territory on some of these, or it was on the overbought territory just at the end of May, and then we got that fading down. The weekly as well could be setting up. So again, short term, we might get these pullbacks, but some of these long term, if we can get through the volatility in the next 1 or 2 months, we might get the next setup bounce. That's what I'm waiting for. So if Link happens to pull back to about $15 or $16, I might re-enter it for the next position, because that's looking kind of nice here. This weekly golden up cross looks nice. It's not golden up cross on every single coin. For example, Cardano, we lost the 200 EMA, so that's not good, right? Doge, it's testing that 200 weekly EMA. So not every coin is in the greatest shape of its life right now. Okay, let's go to stocks. I'm going to pull out that bright white paper, and this is potential watch list for stocks. Now, Dow Jones, Fibonacci support test, Morningstar candlestick pattern, SPY, QQQ, and IWM, all different sorts of Fibonacci support bounces. They all three of those have hammer candlesticks. However, Dow Jones is the most likely to bounce this week because it was very oversold, very low Fibonacci bounce test 786. Now, the other charts, BMY and Disney, they have MACD bullish momentum on the daily chart. Same with Home Depot and Lowe's. The support plays I'm looking at is Hertz and Lyft, so we'll go over these very quickly, as quick as I can. So SPY, starting off here, you can see we tested the 26 level 520 area, and then we bounced up bullishly because we just kind of got a little bit too oversold on some of these 15-minute, 1-hour charts, and then we had a super bull bounce. That's just the 236 level for SPY. So I want to watch out for that. It's really just holding above the 26 EMA and bouncing right now at all-time highs, however. So we just narrowly avoided a Morningstar. That's why the bulls really said, we need to save this right now. So I need to see significant rally, at least a consolidation to the side for me to get excited about S&P 500. NASDAQ as well hit all-time highs, and on the daily chart, just piercing that, almost touching the 50 EMA and then bouncing at the end of the day. However, I do want to point out that single companies like Nvidia or AMD, they cannot hold the entire market up. So if we're going to sell off, we're going to sell off. Daily chart, one tick of downtick on the MACD histogram. So this could be a bounce. I would not be surprised if we get more shorting, however. It's just we have the bounce hammer candle that I'm just pointing out. Now, Dow Jones was the big play, oversold play. The Morningstar candle I'm talking about are these three candles on the daily. These three candles. So we're having a temporary stop right now, lower low, lower high, wherever that's going to bounce. It could be really short-lived, like 1 or 2 days, and then maybe pull back down. But let's see if it's going to be a dead cat bounce or not. Establish that lower low and fade down, or maybe it's a support play. So we're going to watch for that. I gave you two scenarios, the bearish and the bullish. The weekly bounced off that 26 EMA. So that's something to watch out for. We do have an uptick on the MACD histogram, which is good, which means on the intraday timeframes, we did have a support bounce. On the 4-hour as well, starting to get that MACD momentum. IWM, Russell 2000 also had a nice bounce. Certainly. Still turning into this kind of wedge pattern. But very similar Dow Jones, IWM, they're smaller cap companies. And if it's going to break bull, I have to see a break above 207 for me to get excited about that. US oil, unfortunately, had a gap up and then a gap down. So the news really affected that play. And we're still in the weekly golden up cross. Now, it's at an inflection point right now in terms of the yellow support line, which I'm trying to highlight right here, which is about $74. So if we lose $74, take a look at this weekly MACD histogram that already down crossed. Same with the MACD and the signal lines on the weekly. So watch out for that in terms of this being a fake out to the downside. As soon as we lose 74, we're going to see some severe selling on US oil probably. Natural gas hit that top of about around where I highlighted for about a week or two ago, $21.50, $21. Had a pretty decent swing trade on this, and I'll talk about that in another video, but we're starting to see that MACD histogram. On the daily chart, I'm very sensitive to that. Very sensitive because the last time we had this exact setup, that downtick was the start of the downtrend. So the difference this time is we're still holding above $17. So that's the line in the sand. You could just see it visually on the chart, $17. If we stay above there, maybe we'll get another bounce. If we lose $17 this week, then short or sell. Gold stuck below the 1226 EMA. See if we can survive here on gold. Potential double top area, losing momentum on the weekly chart. See if this can hold above 212. If we lose 212, probably going down to 207. Silver as well, double top. Double top. I played the first part of that short, had a nice 8% profit. Now it's turned to a double top. So where is this going to go? Potential 6% to the downside if we lose support to about $26. The MACD is still looking fine, but you can see that RSI is starting to lose momentum. If we go on the 4-hour, definitely there is one more leg probably that can happen to the downside here. And we just got too overbought, too high, double top on RSI, and this weekly 30 was the resistance. Can't get higher than that for now. Copper as well with the pullback just below $31. And the MACD histogram also showing us all of this bearish momentum. Now, when I see a lot of red like that, maybe we might get a little intraday bounce going on in the 15-minute or the 1 hour. 15-minute and 1 hour are down cross, but sometimes you get a flush to the downside and then a little bounce for those day traders who are hunting for something. But for me as a swing trader, I'm watching the 4-hour bullish momentum and the daily as well. The weekly chart certainly can pull back a little bit deeper to the downside. Okay, so if I were to play this, I need a little bit more of a flush down, and then maybe I could enter on this 4-hour if I'm going to play this one at all. DXY, dollar currency index. Let's see. This particular chart, holding above the 200 EMA on the 104, right here, 104. Now, if we lose 104, we want to watch out that we don't flush down to 103. Now, it's very simple. I put resistance 105, support 104. That's all we need. Yes, we're in the golden up cross, but the price has faded down so much. Now, if this is going to turn into a bullish bounce play, need to hold above that 104.25, then bounce and let the market come down, right? There's those inverse correlations. So, but if it happens to flush down, that would mean the market probably went up. SPY and QQQ and NASDAQ. Now I'm going to skip some of these like GME and MJ. All I'll say for GME is watch out for this potential upside down head and shoulders. The larger term that could be plus or minus 30%. If we have a bullish move, this could take us to 31.66. But if we reject in the lower high, it's going to take us back down to about 18.33. MJ holding the 200 and the 50 EMAs. This is very similar looking like the DXY chart, but you can see the support level is 367. We're just touching that right now on this chart. And so we want to make sure low, high, low. Are we going to get a little bounce to $4 and then a dump down to 335? As long as this golden up cross price is holding, we should be okay. But again, this is MJ, cannabis, and any news could crash the market. The last one, the last couple ones I'm going to do, let's use the list. Let's go BMY first. Just want to visually point it out. So BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb Company, yes, it's in a total death cross, but approaching a level of support, and it's oversold, and there is bullish momentum building. So if this is going to turn to a little short squeeze play, maybe it'll go to 43 or 44, anywhere between 43 and 45 is the target up here. It's a maybe potential. Chart patterns do not work 100% of the time. Now, Dow Jones, or excuse me, Disney actually following the Dow Jones chart, but there's momentum. You can see it here. We had that uptick on the MACD. Histogram bullish momentum bouncing off the 200. I know a lot of people sold Disney, some hedge funds or institutions, but potential maybe gap fill, which is just a few percent, but there's something here in terms of haven't touched that 200 EMA for a long time on Disney. Last time was November 2023. So yes, there was that scary head and shoulders, but at the same time, it's testing that right now. Home Depot and Lowe's. Home Depot with the bullish momentum, you could see it building right here. Bullish divergence, bullish momentum, whatever you want to call it. And a little bit late, like 2 days already with this momentum. But if this is going to rally, there's 4%, 5%, a little bit of gains to be had here if this is going to go. And the stop loss is like 2%. So a little bit of a small swing trade that's setting up for me. Lows as well, you could see it on the weekly chart as well, holding that level above 211. And this is kind of like a Morningstar type of psychological pattern, hit that oversold level at the 200 EMA. Now, I need to see this break through the 200 EMA to get to 230. If it doesn't, this could just be one of the lower high bounces and then does something like that. So it could be a long to a short play. Hertz, just want to point out, this is one of the meme stocks, but hopefully this survives above the support level. If it does, it could be turning into setting up into a bullish momentum play, but the price may need to dump strongly and then we get some kind of oversold short squeeze like that. So it could dump and do something like that, or just double bottom in here. But if it double bottoms, I want to get into this one because there's a decent amount of gains to be had here if it's going to go 20 to 40%. Swing trader, we hunt for those. Lyft as well, a little bit of bullish momentum. Not as good as the Home Depot setup, but still something here. It's in the support zone. So if it doesn't bounce very, very soon, I'm expecting to pull back to like 1473 or so down here. And the last one I want to point out is Sirius XM radio. There's just a lot of volume on this. Suspicious amount of volume. So there was like 100 million volume on that last day. So what's going on here? This is Wall Street Bets, Reddit, they like these kinds of plays because the short float is above 20%, is very high. So, and it's oversold and it's getting super oversold here. It's getting oversold on the weekly. There's bullish momentum on the weekly and the daily and the 4-hour as well. That's why this could be the next Wall Street Best play if you like playing these plays. I'm not going to YOLO in on this one, but if we just look at the targets, it could very well bounce 7, 20 to 30, maybe if it goes all the way 50%. And so if you're a stock or options trader, as a swing trader, I kind of like this. Let's just say it's only 5% to downside, and I can maybe make 20, 25, 30 to 50. That's a decent play. So just, it might not happen though, but this had suspiciously large volume last Friday. So somebody maybe closed a short position or entered a long position. And now I'm going to be watching that very closely. That's going to do it for this week's video. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching and following, supporting. If you have a question, just let me know in the YouTube comments or on Twitter. And if I missed your request, I'll try to do it for the next video. Thank you so much for watching and following. Remember risk management. And it's always okay to pass on certain trades. Just a quick lesson from this week is this past week was a week for longs to do nothing and for shorts to short the market, the bears to short the market. So now that might flip around this week. Maybe we're going to get a little bit of bull action this week and the bears have to let go. So we're going to see what happens based upon these charts. Remember, chart patterns do not work 100% of the time. So we have to watch day by day or whatever time frame you're watching. Happy trading, and I'll see you in the next video.